Mr. Speaker, I'm going to urge that we defeat the previous question, and if we do, I will offer an amendment to the rule to bring up S.J. Res. 88, which would allow for an up or down vote on whether to terminate President Trump's global tariffs. Mr. Speaker, on April 2nd of last year, President Trump announced he was imposing tariffs on virtually all countries, including our closest allies like the United Kingdom, the European Union, Japan, Norway, Taiwan, and the list goes on, based on a bogus national emergency. He called it, quote, Liberation Day. Well, let me tell you, the only liberation my constituents have felt is money being liberated from their hard-earned paychecks, because the price of basically everything has gone up since Donald Trump took office. The price of beef has risen 16.4% over the last year. The price of coffee is up a whopping 19.8%. The price of lettuce is up 7.3%, and frozen fish 8.6%. In total, families paid $310 more for groceries during President Trump's first year in office compared to 2024. It is now abundantly clear that President Trump broke his promise to lower costs on day one, in large part due to his cost-increasing tariffs. And although the President and his cronies claim that these tariffs are paid by foreign governments, in reality, it is the American people who pay the tariffs. According to a newly published study which analyzed $4 trillion in shipments over the past year, American consumers and importers paid 96% of the cost of tariffs, while foreign companies shouldered a measly 4% of the cost. Last October, more than 2.5 months ago, the Senate sent to the House on a bipartisan basis this joint resolution to terminate the global tariffs. But in this House, our Republican majority has continued to block a simple up or down vote. They have basically endorsed the increase in the cost of living for average people. Speaker Johnson promised his members that he would create a working group to address the tariffs. But now we know that this tariff policy working group is a mirage. It doesn't exist. You got taken. And when I asked the Republican chairman of the Ways and Means Subcommittee on Trade about the working group, which he was supposedly in charge of, he said he didn't know who was on it or whether or not it ever met. I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? And most Republicans, even the ones who oppose the tariffs in private, are continuing to go along to get along with this. When are Republicans who know better going to stand up against this crazy tariff policy that are raising costs at home and destroying our alliances? It is never too late to do the right thing. By voting to defeat the previous question, we can finally have an up or down vote in this body on whether to terminate President Trump's disastrous global tariffs. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to insert the text of my amendment into the record, along with any extraneous materials immediately prior to the vote on the previous question. And to discuss our proposal, I yield 2 minutes.